Hello. So you are looking at the UEFI on my MicroATX build. I built that computer a week ago, and I put links in the video description to the specification page that I have on my blog, and also the video I made about it, the build itself, or when it was done. So this is the BIOS for it, and I'm going to have a dual boot system here. It's a special one. Right now you can see there's one SSD in here. It's connected to a SATA port number 1, the one there. And you can see it's Windows Boot Manager, so I have Windows on this drive, on this SSD. And now I'm actually going to install Linux. That's why you have this USB partition here. It's a memory stick, and I have the Debian 12 installer on there. But I don't want to have Linux on the same drive as Windows, and I don't want Linux to mess with the boot manager, the Windows boot manager. So my dual boot system is like this. I'm going to disable this drive, the Windows drive, and then enable the second drive I have, and that's Linux going to be installed on. So this is the easy mode in Windows. I press F7 here to get the advanced. So I go to the advanced tab and down here to PCH storage configuration. And here you can see the SATA ports. So here's the first one. And you can see the drive there, and you see it's enabled. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to disable the Windows drive. And here you can see it's port number 2. And I'm going to enable that. Enabled, sorry. And it shows empty right now, and that's because it's been disabled. So then I go save and reset. So if I go into the BIOS right now is, if I go press F7 here, easy mode, you see now that it says number 2 and USB. So the Windows drive doesn't show up because, as I said, I don't want Linux to mess with the bootloader, and there's no operating system installed on this drive, so I'll only see the UEFI boot device here. So yeah, so let's try to install Debian. So I press F10 here to save and exit. And since there's no operating system on the drive, it will automatically boot on the USB stick, or should at least do that. So yeah, the drive, the memory. And here is the sort of start of the Debian 12. So start options. I'm going to install Debian 12. It's the Gnome version, or Gnome desktop environment. And the exact version here that I'm installing is 12.5 when I record this video. So you got a couple options here, and use the arrow keys to select. I tried this before, and when I select Start Installer here, I get the old installer. But I know there's a new installer called Calamares, but you can only access that through the live system here. So yeah, let's select that one. I have a USB 3.2 Gen 2 USB stick, so this shouldn't take too long. And here is kind of the downside with my capture card. I only have the capture card connected to the graphics card on the other computer. And it automatically changed the resolution to 4K over here. So the text will be really small. I have a 1440p monitor and the text is still kind of small. All right, so it's kind of booted. It was kind of fast. So you just select this window. Let's drag this to the center a little bit. And English, yeah, this is for the live session. And let's see, I have a Swedish keyboard. And it's way down on the list, so I have to press these 3 dots here to get more options. So if you have English, you can just let it be. But then over here, I had to type Swedish, and it should show up here, over there. So you click on it, and it will show at the top. You have also a check mark. Yeah, and just skip all of this. Start using Debian. Yeah, so this is how it looks in the live session. So where's the start menu? Well, you just press the Windows key. And yeah, at the bottom here, you can see it's the to the right to the left, the red icon with the white swirl there. So that's install Debian. So you click on it. And you get the Calamares installer. So let's see, American English. Yeah, this will be the system language for Debian. So I'll let it be American English. Then I'm not in New York, I'm actually here in Sweden. So I click on Sweden here. So Stockholm, Europe, Stockholm. Yes, it's fine. And then we need to select the keyboard again. And it's by English by default. So let's scroll down here and we have Swedish over there. And just use the default. And then we should erase disk. And up here you can also select it if you have multiple drives. This is the installer USB, so don't select that. So yeah, the Samsung drive, just wipe the drive. If there's something on there, just wipe it. If there were some other operating system, you should also get an option. I think it says something like install Debian alongside the other OS. I always select the erase disk because I'm not going to do any dual boot on this. Just a clean install. So erase disk, full name. Let's see. And here's the thing. The naming scheme on the computer, the name of the computer on the network. I usually name the computer name or the network name depending on the CPU I have in the computer. So my Big Daddy computer have an i7 12700K, so that's the name of that. But the thing is, I got 2 computers right now with a 12100 CPU, an i3. So to make a different, so you got to have a different name on them. So I name it, this one I know is the MicroATX computer. So i3 12100. It's a non-K CPU. Otherwise I would type K here. But it's a non-K, so right now I have 2 of these, as you remember. So this is the MATX, so dash MATX. And that's how I know how to differentiate them. Then we should have passwords. And it's not going to be password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be different. Like that. And I got green checks there for everything. So next. Oh, wrong mouse. Next, and now you get the summary of everything. And yeah, install. So this is sort of the regular installation speed. And yeah, I got this. I'm going to install this on just a regular SATA SSD. So the maximum speed of that SATA is about 500 megabytes per second. Read and write. Normally I have NVMe drives. But the problem with those is that you can't disable them in the UEFI. So that's why I have SATA drives for this, because I can actually disable them, the drives. So when I'm going to switch back to Windows, I just restart the computer, go into the UEFI, and then I disable this drive and enable the other one, and it would automatically just start Windows. So that's my kind of dual boots thing. Yeah, so the downside with this SATA is said 500 megs per second. The NVMe that I have, it's the Samsung 980 Pro. And I get about 7,000 megabytes per second with those. It's 7 gigs. So it's a lot faster. So that's the read. The write to them is about 5 gig per second. But this doesn't take too long either. It takes a couple of minutes maybe. So we'll see how long it will take. So this is also the first time I'm installing Debian, because I used to run Ubuntu, but Ubuntu is based on Debian, so that's why I sort of chose Debian itself. But Ubuntu is going away that I don't, or the future stuff, they do things that I don't like with it. For example, they only using Snap apps or Snap software, and they are really slow to start and install and whatever, so I don't like it. And they're also starting to implement a sort of subscription-based thing for updates. So you basically have to pay for updates. I don't think they will implement that for regular users. So I think it will be sort of a company thing. So if you have a company and you want more updates, you have to pay for it. But still, I don't like when nowhere start to implement subscription-based stuff for updates. Yeah, Windows kind of have it as well. For example, Windows 10 is having EOL next year, end of life. So you won't get any more updates after 2025. But you can actually extend that to 2027, I think. But then you have to pay for the updates after 2025. I don't think regular users will do that, so they move on to like Windows 11 or something. But companies, on the other hand, might actually just pay for it because they need more time to switch to Windows 11. You know, they need to check that the software and stuff works and whatever. But yeah, I guess Canonical, who develop Ubuntu, they need more money. So I guess subscription-based stuff work for them. So yeah, you see, it's a pretty fast install, even for a SATA SSD. And I think when this is done, it is a done button, and it will automatically reboot. There we go. It was quite a quick install, a lot quicker than Windows at least. And let's press done here in the bottom right corner. Yeah, you have the option to restart now. So yeah, let's do that. And it should actually not boot on the installer. There we go. Yeah, so that's kind of a long 10-second stuff. Yeah, there we go. This is the start. If you don't do anything, it will just automatically just start. But you have the options to start a bunch of other stuff. Debian 12. Here we got the login screen. Let's press enter. Let's see. And we have to do this again. So English. But this time around it's actually on the real system. So next, typing, and I press the 3 dots again. Swedish, let's see, Swedish, oh, it's already checked, perfect. Let's see, skip, start using Debian. Okay, so let's actually unmount the installer. This are going to this. Now I can actually start the files right away. Let's see, files. And here's the installer disk. Everything is so tiny. And you just eject it with this eject button here. The save stuff. Now I can pull it out. The USB stick, not the dick. Let's see. And let's see. First thing I will do right here now is actually change the resolution. So let's see. Go up here and no, not the power. They changed this. Okay, there's the settings. And down here we have displays. And you see it's set to 4K. I want it to be on 1440. Apply. Let's see if the capture card. Keep the settings. Yes. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm looking at a different monitor. Now I can see a lot better. And refresh rate, yeah, I'm using HDMI, so to the monitor. I have a 1440p monitor, and it's 165 Hertz. But if you want to have the 165 Hertz, you need to connect the display to DisplayPort. If you use HDMI, you only get 144 Hertz maximum. But it seems that this one, yeah, it might be the capture card actually, is limiting to 120 Hertz. But that's just fine for this recording, it doesn't matter. Scaling 100%, yes. What else do we have? Power. Yeah. And I don't want it to go black. Suspend. No, thank you. Power button behavior should power off. Yeah. So that's it. If you go at the bottom here, you got the about. So There we go. MicroATX. It's showing the motherboard name as well. Okay, nice. 64 gigs of memory. I will upgrade this in a couple of months to 128. That's the CPU. It's a 4-core CPU, but it's got 4 threads as well. So 8 threads in total. Software rendering. I will change that. I will install the NVIDIA drivers because it got an RTX 3050 card. That's the 500 gig drive. Debian GNU Linux Bookworm. Gnome version not available. Okay, kind of weird. Wayland. I'm going to run X11. Yeah, but this is it. That's how it actually works. The installation. And if I want to see all the apps, press the dots here. Yeah, just the regular ones. System monitor, utilities. Input method, yeah. A couple of apps, standard apps. If I go to disks, let's see, disk usage. Yeah. There we go. Let's see, taking up 18, about 10 gigs. So yeah, it's quite a difference compared to Windows 11. This is 10 gigabyte with the Windows operating system and the software. With Windows 11 Pro, the default installation size is like 40 gigabyte. So it's like 4 times bigger. But yeah. So that was that. Kind of a quick installation of Debian 12. So yeah, all the apps are installed here. So yeah, catch you later.